Hello, Yankees fans. We have some truly fascinating developments to discuss today, and the offseason is proving to be as unpredictable as ever. As we look at the current landscape, one of the most intriguing situations is surrounding Tatsuya Maeda, often referred to simply as MA. Reports indicate that MA does not currently have an official offer, and this immediately raises questions about the dynamics of the market this offseason. For a player who was once considered a potential long-term acquisition for multiple teams, the lack of interest, or at least the absence of publicized offers, suggests that the market for him may not be as robust as many analysts predicted. When we look back, it reminds us of the Murakami and Makami situations, where expectations of long-term contracts were quickly adjusted when actual offers came in. Makami, for instance, ended up signing a 2-year deal with the White Sox worth $34 million, which is quite significant, yet far from the 8-year deal some had projected for players of this caliber. If I were in the Yankees front office, this would be an opportunity worth serious consideration. The key is evaluating whether a shorter-term deal might be feasible, perhaps 3 or 4 years instead of the previously imagined 6 to 8. MA is still young, just 27 years old, and had a strong performance last season, showing that he can contribute meaningfully to a rotation. He is not quite at the level of Yoshi Yamamoto, who has solidified himself as one of the top pitchers in the league and is in a class of his own, but MA still offers upside and flexibility. The strategic move here for the Yankees, or really any team in Major League Baseball, would be to capitalize on a market that seems to be underestimating him. If other teams are hesitant or slow to act, there's a real chance to secure a talented pitcher without committing to an overly lengthy contract, which could be invaluable in both the short and long term for roster planning. Timing is crucial. MA has to sign by January 2nd, which means decisions need to be made quickly. The Yankees, known for their ability to act decisively when required, could potentially seize this opportunity before other teams adjust their expectations and enter a bidding war. The way the market is shaping up, it almost feels like a rare chance to acquire a talented pitcher at terms that could be favorable for the team. Even though reports suggest no active connection between the Yankees and MA at the moment, that information may not reflect the actual behind-the-scenes negotiations that teams are constantly conducting. Being proactive could make all the difference, especially if MA's demands adjust downward due to a lack of competing offers. Beyond MA, there are other names being discussed in the trade market that could interest the Yankees. Starting pitchers like Freddie Peralta, Mackenzie Gore, and Siokatura Alcantara have been mentioned as potential targets, though acquiring them would likely require significant prospect capital rather than direct money. These are players with talent and upside, each offering unique skills, but the cost of bringing them aboard could be substantial. In comparison, MA presents a scenario that is arguably more straightforward. A young pitcher with potential, available on a contract that could be manageable, allowing the Yankees to strengthen their rotation without sacrificing key future assets. The calculations here are delicate, and the front office must weigh immediate contributions against long-term development and financial flexibility. Meanwhile, the situation with Cody Bellinger adds another layer of complexity to this offseason. Discussions about Cody's future with the Yankees continue, with speculation around contract terms and the team's willingness to accommodate him. Cody has had an inconsistent career at times, yet his talent, particularly as a corner outfielder, is undeniable. When he performs at his best, he is among the top players in the league, providing both defensive versatility and offensive impact. The Yankees need to consider how Cody's presence affects other roster decisions. For instance, if Giancarlo Stanton were to miss significant time, or if the team wanted to rotate Ben Rice as a designated hitter more frequently, Cody's ability to shift positions could be instrumental. Acquiring Cody would not automatically displace other key players, but it would require careful roster management to maximize the collective strengths of the squad. Contract negotiations for Cody are equally intriguing. There is discussion that a 5-year deal could be the maximum the Yankees would be willing to offer. Anything longer, such as 6 years, might be considered too risky given the unpredictable nature of player performance and injuries. Realistically, a 3 to 4 year contract could be the most likely outcome, considering the current market conditions and the general caution teams are displaying with long-term deals. This situation mirrors the broader trend across Major League Baseball, where teams are carefully assessing risk versus reward, particularly for high-value players whose past performances are outstanding but not guaranteed to continue at the same level. Adding to this complexity is the presence of other talented corner outfielders in the market, such as Kyle Tucker. Tucker and Cody Bellinger both delivered impressive seasons, with strong WAR numbers and notable offensive contributions. If Tucker becomes available under more reasonable contract terms than initially projected, the Yankees could face strategic decisions about whether to pursue him alongside or instead of Cody. Each potential move carries significant implications for payroll, roster balance, and long-term competitiveness. The intricacies of these decisions highlight how unique and unusual this offseason has become. With all these moving pieces, the offseason appears to be entering a particularly intense period, especially as January approaches. Teams must act swiftly, balancing short-term performance needs with longer-term roster strategies. MA's looming signing deadline, the evolving situations with Cody Bellinger, and the potential availability of players like Kyle Tucker all combine to create a dynamic environment. For the Yankees, the challenge is not just identifying talent, but executing decisions in a timely manner that positions the team for success without overextending resources or limiting future flexibility. It is a delicate balancing act, one that requires vision, decisiveness, and an understanding of both the current market and potential future shifts. Even as we analyze the market, it is clear that the decisions made over the next few weeks will have lasting implications. The opportunity to sign MA on favorable terms, navigate the complexities surrounding Cody, and evaluate potential trade acquisitions underscores the unique strategic challenges facing the Yankees. Off-season planning in Major League Baseball has always been a high-stakes endeavor, but this year seems particularly unpredictable. Each move carries not just immediate consequences, but ripple effects that will influence the team's competitiveness for multiple seasons. The ability to act quickly, assess risks accurately, and seize opportunities where they arise could define the Yankees' trajectory for the coming years. The pressure on front offices to make the right calls is immense as they balance the need for talent acquisition with financial prudence and long-term planning. Players like MA, who have not yet thrown a pitch in the majors but show tremendous potential, represent both opportunity and uncertainty. Meanwhile, proven players such as Cody Bellinger and Kyle Tucker bring established talent, but negotiating terms that satisfy both sides is never straightforward. The interplay between these elements creates a fascinating narrative for fans and analysts alike, with each development potentially shifting the landscape of the offseason. The Yankees' ability to navigate this period successfully will hinge on timing, evaluation, and strategic foresight. With MA's contract deadline approaching and other free agents and trade candidates presenting complex scenarios, the team's decisions over the next few weeks will be critical. There's a real chance to make impactful moves that strengthen the roster, but only if the organization acts decisively and anticipates market trends. It is this mixture of opportunity and risk that makes the current offseason one of the most compelling and unpredictable in recent memory. And it is exactly what keeps fans on the edge of their seats, wondering what the next chapter will bring. Continuing with the Yankees' offseason story, another layer of complexity is the strategic considerations surrounding the pitching staff. While MA remains a central figure in discussions, there's also an active conversation about potential trade acquisitions that could reshape the rotation. Names like Freddie Peralta, Mackenzie Gore, and Sayokatara Alcantara are circulating as trade possibilities, but each comes with significant challenges. Unlike free agent signings, acquiring these pitchers would likely require the Yankees to part with high-value prospects, which are essential for long-term team development. The balance between immediate competitiveness and preserving future assets is delicate. Teams like the Yankees must consider not only the talent on the field, but also the sustainability of the roster, ensuring that any trade does not compromise the farm system or hinder the team's ability to remain competitive in subsequent seasons. Freddie Peralta has shown flashes of brilliance in the majors, demonstrating both command and strikeout potential, but acquiring him is far from straightforward. Mackenzie Gore offers youth and ceiling, a projectable talent with the potential to develop into a frontline starter. Yet the risk is the amount of time it might take for him to reach peak performance. Alcantara, meanwhile, has had success but may only be available for short-term control, potentially a year or two, which limits the long-term benefit. The Yankees front office must weigh these factors carefully, evaluating who can contribute immediately while maintaining the flexibility to adapt in future seasons. Every move has ripple effects, from payroll allocation to lineup construction, and the decision to pursue one pitcher over another could significantly influence the team's competitive trajectory. Meanwhile, the corner outfield situation remains equally intriguing, especially as discussions about Cody Bellinger evolve. Cody's career, though marked by inconsistency at times, showcases his ability to produce at an elite level when healthy and motivated. His defensive versatility is particularly valuable, allowing the team to navigate injuries or lineup adjustments without sacrificing performance. If Giancarlo Stanton misses time, Cody could shift positions, enabling the Yankees to utilize players like Dominguez or Jones more effectively across the diamond. The potential impact extends beyond the field, influencing roster flexibility, batting order decisions, and even pinch hitting or designated hitter strategies. This adaptability is invaluable in the modern game, where injuries, matchups, and situational play often determine outcomes in tight contests. Contract discussions with Cody continue to be a central storyline. While initial rumors suggested a longer-term commitment might be on the table, the consensus within strategic discussions seems to center around a 5-year maximum. Anything beyond that could be seen as overextending, especially considering the financial and performance risks associated with long-term deals in baseball. A 3 to 4 year agreement could realistically satisfy both sides, allowing the Yankees to secure Cody's contributions while minimizing potential exposure to underperformance or injury. The negotiations are further complicated by the presence of other talented outfielders, such as Kyle Tucker, whose market dynamics may be shifting due to changes in team interest or contract expectations. Evaluating these options requires careful market analysis, understanding both player valuation and how potential acquisitions could impact existing roster structure. Cody Bellinger's situation also highlights the delicate balance of player desire versus team needs. While he has expressed interest in returning, the team must assess whether his performance, contract demands, and role align with a broader vision for the roster. Historical examples demonstrate that even players eager to return must navigate the realities of financial terms and strategic fit. Teams are under pressure to make offers that reflect both player value and organizational priorities. This tension between individual and team objectives is a defining characteristic of modern baseball management and adds a compelling narrative element for fans following the offseason closely. But before we continue, please remember to join our channel and give this video a like. Your support allows us to keep bringing you the latest news about the New York Yankees. Feel free to share your thoughts on the news in the comments. Whispers from the baseball world are growing louder, and one name seems to be at the center of every rumor: Nolan Arenado. Sources close to the league suggest that the New York Yankees are eyeing a blockbuster move that could reshape their infield for years to come. Arenado, known for his exceptional defensive skills and clutch hitting, has been linked to a possible shift to Yankee Stadium, a venue that could amplify both his glove and bat in ways fans have only dreamed of. The Yankees have long been searching for that perfect combination of reliability and star power in the infield. Arenado, with his multiple gold gloves and reputation as one of the most consistent third basemen in the game, fits the bill perfectly. Imagine the agility, the lightning-quick reactions, and the cannon arm that could turn routine plays into highlight reel moments on a nightly basis. Insiders suggest that the front office has quietly begun exploring avenues to bring him aboard, and the mere thought of Arenado patrolling the hot corner has Yankees fans buzzing with anticipation. But it's not just about defense. Arenado brings a steady bat and a professional approach at the plate that could balance a lineup hungry for depth and consistency. His presence could redefine how opposing pitchers plan their innings, knowing that any grounder toward third base could be a near certainty for an out, and his at-bats could shift the momentum in tight games. For a team constantly in pursuit of excellence, adding a player of Arenado's caliber could be the move that signals an all-out commitment to dominance. Of course, nothing is confirmed. Contract negotiations, potential trades, and strategic considerations are all part of the behind-the-scenes chess match that keeps fans on edge. Yet, the mere speculation of Nolan Arenado joining the Yankees has ignited imaginations, social media debates, and endless what-if scenarios across the baseball world. Could the Yankees finally have the infield powerhouse they've been chasing? For now, it remains rumor and conjecture, but a tantalizing one that promises to change the way we think about the Bronx Bombers' future. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to keep receiving exclusive news about the New York Yankees, please subscribe to our channel and give us a like. We always appreciate your comments and opinions. See you in the next video.